All right, we are here with Dr. Abdullah Alazani. He's the assistant professor and he's a laryngologist. This is very, very cool. I actually am kind of going through this myself right now. So this is very interesting for me because it really does pertain to me. So the first thing is, like, tell us exactly what a laryngologist is.
First, thank you very much for having me.
Of course,
here.
Good to see you, man.
Yeah, good. So, laryngologists, we are ear, nose, throat specialists. Of course, we go through training in, ear, nose, throat, specialty. Then we do more training in voice and swallowing and breathing disorders and management.
Gotcha.
Sometimes we spend 1 to 2 years to be more specialized in voice and swallowing management and surgeries. Then we start our career in our voice and swallowing centers.
Gotcha. Yeah, because it's a little bit different, right? Like what happens in the nose necessarily isn't what happens down in the larynx, right? So you have to get a little bit extra study for that. So what can patients expect during their initial consultation at the voice clinic?
Okay. So before we talk, what they're going to expect, as I mentioned, we are voice and swallowing center. So our center run by 2 teams, I would say, is like, laryngologist, the ear, nose, throat specialist, and our speech pathologist.
Gotcha.
Our speech pathologists, they are certified in swallowing and voice therapy. Then during the consultation, of course, as a provider, we usually start with a detailed medical and surgical history. Then we perform a specialized camera to evaluate the voice box. It's called stroboscopy. Then our speech pathologists, they conduct a comprehensive voice analysis.
Okay.
We sit together, then we make a plan for our patients, either medical or surgical treatment.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I was going to ask you, how do you support patients who experience swallowing difficulties? Like, what assessment and treatment options do you offer?
So a lot of people, they come to us with what we call dysphagia, which is difficulty in swallowing. So we do the same what we do in the voice. We do we conduct a medical analysis. Then we perform an specialized X-ray to evaluate the swallowing, starting from the mouth down to the stomach. Then we read it together, me and our speech pathologist. Then we find the problem of the difficulty in swallowing, and we go from there. So we have a couple of options for our patients with the swallowing difficulties. We can perform dilation, which we stretch the esophagus and help them to push the food down. And sometimes we do Botox injection in the esophagus. Especially, it's interesting, recently we started to see a lot of people, they are coming to us saying is like they cannot burp, which is interesting. So we do the same. We run a comprehensive evaluation, and we at the end we inject their esophagus with a Botox to dilate their esophagus, and they will be able to burp.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
All right, doctor. So if folks are experiencing any of these symptoms, or if they need to go for the annual consultation, where do we send them? How do they find you?
So our voice and swallowing center located in UF North Campus, and they can reach us through the website. We have our surgical center, so they can call us and just ask for the voice and swallowing center.
Perfect.
And we would be happy to see them and evaluate them and make a plan.
Right on. Doctor, thank you for your time today.
Yeah,
I really do
of course.
appreciate it.
Thank you very much for having me.